Hey Clashers, we have too many events in Clash of Clans. There is just too many things going on in the game currently, and I'm just getting a burnout from the game. This is just a couple of comments which I have seen within the community, and I thought let's take a deeper look and see why people have this impression, why I feel the same way. Let's take a look at the event tab. Well, we currently have the community event going on, we have the Haaland challenges going on, we just had the Haaland event finishing, we have Raid Weekend, we have Clan War Leagues going on as well soon, so there's a lot of things happening within the game. Which overall is not a bad thing that we have a lot of things going on. But, and that is really important, I still feel like I'm slowly burning out, I'm slowly I don't know, out grinding the game somehow, and it's getting in a bad state for me personally. So what is the problem here? Well, I feel like for answering this question, I have to go back in time within the game, because to earlier stages, Clash of Clans in general was really chill, right? You were able to farm, you upgrade, you farm again, you upgrade. That's pretty much it. For the more extreme players who want to spend more time in the game, they had to create another account if they don't want to have to spend money on finishing those upgrades to be able to then farm longer. So I had to then create multiple accounts to farm on all of them, to then be able to play more Clash of Clans and get those upgrades going. And that was the only solution. You could play the game more without spending a ton of money. And this is what a lot of players did, especially who are watching YouTube videos, who are active on Reddit and everywhere in this social media scene. And I did the same thing. By now I'm playing currently 5 10 or 16s actively, which means doing daily my ore attacks, like the star bonus, star bonus attacks, doing clan wars as well at the same time, clan war league, raid weekend, the events, everything, with 5 accounts. And that is, in my opinion, currently way too much. I spend too much time on doing that every single day. And back at the time when I created those accounts, those events were not happening. So what has changed now between the last year and this year? Well, the Supercell development team have tried seemingly to turn Clash of Clans into a more modern game. Because if you compare now Clash of Clans to other big games, mobile games, or even big games like, I don't know, PC games like League of Legends, they have every 2 weeks balance changes. There is every time something new going on, something new you can discover, something new you can play. And this, it feels like, is the approach from Supercell as well with Clash of Clans, which overall, in my opinion, is something good. Obviously, everyone has a different opinion here, with some people like the more chill approach from back at the time, and some people just like maybe as well that there's always something going on within the game. But now this is where currently the problem lies, because whenever I see someone saying, iTzu, I'm just getting burned out from the game, I typically have to ask one question to see where the issue lies. And this question is, well, how many accounts do you play? Because I feel like back at the time, as I said, the big problem solver of being not able to play non-stop Clash of Clans is just creating another account. Which means the player came up with a solution for the existing problem. But now Supercell has fixed this existing problem, and now we have 2 solutions, and they are just overstacking each other, if you know what I mean. Which means if you have now multiple accounts, and depending on your overall time limit you have on each day, this can be 2 accounts, 3 accounts, even more accounts, could be possibly that you have, well, just burnout feelings from playing a game, which should never be the case. So for me personally, I have created overall 5 accounts, actually way more, but I'm playing 5 of those actively, and it took me a lot of time to actually realize, wait, I have to eventually stop playing some of those accounts because it's just getting too much. I just cannot spend this amount of time every single day, even though this is kind of my job. This is getting crazy, right? But I have to push it back and, well, not play anymore 2 of those accounts. If you're wondering, the plan for those accounts is that there will always be like one town level below the max, which means as soon as we're getting like hopefully eventually whatever, if it's a town of 18 there, then I have like one account that's one town of 17 and one town of 16, so I can create content for that. That's going to be a long-term plan, which means actively I don't have to play them then anymore, so I can just leave them on that state and can create content whenever you are asking for it. But I had to do the decision of stepping away from some of my accounts, and this was not an easy decision because I have spent hours of playing those accounts, and I have spent a lot of money as well in jamming those accounts to this current state. And this is something which everyone has if they have multiple accounts, right? If you have multiple accounts, you have as well probably spent hours, days, weeks, years into those accounts, and having a decision of like not playing it that actively anymore is not an easy decision whatsoever. So instead, you just try to somehow keep playing every single account and slowly getting burnt out. Which then again, the question is, what is the mistake here? And I feel like for me personally, I have to just to say, well, it's now currently two solutions which are kind of fighting with each other in my opinion. So overall, I like that Supercell has made the game more modern, but then again, I have always one thing to criticize. I feel like at this point, all of you probably already know it, but that's again the communication. Because this drastic switch from having maybe 1 or 2 events a year from like all the last couple of years to now this year where we have 2 or even 3 events a month, there was no announcement. There was no like, okay, Clashes, community, players, we would like to explain a change we're doing currently. We want to make sure that players are able to spend more time in the game. Give them more events, give them more opportunities to play the game actually. No announcement, no communication, nothing. And as always, this is my biggest criticism, because I think the idea behind that is great. And yet again, there can be different opinions about this. Some people like the old times better, some like the new times better, and that is totally fine. Another opinion and another criticism I see a lot is that currently it feels like that if you're missing out on an event, you're kind of falling behind, right? With like ores especially. Well, I have to say on this one that with how many events we currently have, I don't think so. I feel like with how many ore income we have by now, with Raid Weekend, with all of those different events, with the Clan War, Star Bonus, even the Star Bonus multiplier event, which we have now at the beginning of June. There's just so much ore income that a town of 14 or below, I see so many comments of those town level saying you're always talking about no one has ores. We have too many. We have all of the equipment's max we want to play, and it's looking great. I feel like the town level though which have problems are town of 15 and 60, because they are unlocking the highest level of equipment, and this is where all of those expensive stuff really lies. But this means maybe something to improve on for Supercell for the future is to make sure that those events are scaled better with each town level. Which means if you're higher town level, you should as well unlock more ores to make sure that the rewards are based on your town level, which then maybe would make more sense. Because as I said, tower 40 and below right now currently, let me know in the comments if you would agree, you have enough ores, right? So you're not really falling behind if you're skipping an event or if you're not playing for a couple of months. That is not really the case. So this is for sure something how I feel about it. And on one side I have to fully agree, it currently can feel like it's too much in the game. But then again, most of the time it is because you were able and you were trying to kind of fix the problems from the game from the past with your own solutions, and those are now overlapping with the solutions which Supercell have implemented to the game. I was guilty of that as well. I have created multiple accounts, and now it's just too much to keep track with every single account with how many events are going on. I hope I was able to explain this properly and what exactly I mean with all of that. Let me know if you think the same way. Let me know if you would disagree and why especially as well. I would love to hear those opinions. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this little Let's Talk episode, and I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya, and bye bye.